So the other day I was in a conversation with someone and they asked me if I wanted feedback based on what I was talking to them about. And I was like, yeah, sure. But I felt kind of weird about it. You know, they asked me if I wanted feedback and I agreed to it. But I really didn't want that feedback. And after they gave me the feedback, I just felt like I was unheard and a little bit bothered by it. But I was like, I knew that they did it the right way because they didn't just give me their opinion, they asked first. And I think even in other videos, I've even said that's how you should give feedback to someone, is ask them, hey, do you want feedback? So I did some research because I'm like, why did that feel weird? And here's what I realized or learned is that when you just ask somebody if they want feedback, then people can feel like you're evaluating them, like you're listening to evaluate. And also, sometimes when you ask somebody, if they're talking to you, you ask them, hey, do you want some feedback? They can feel like and a pressure to say yes when they really don't want the feedback. But it's almost like if they say no, then they feel like they're being difficult by saying no and not open to feedback. So just asking someone, hey, do you want feedback, can make that person feel just kind of like that pressure to say yes, even if they don't want it. So if you're talking to someone, a better way to ask them if they want feedback is to give them the opportunity to say no by saying something like, hey, I have another perspective, so let me know if you're interested in hearing about it. And that way they could just be like, okay. And then if they really are interested in it, they could be like, come to you and say, hey, after they're done talking, you mentioned you had another perspective, and I think I do want to hear it, but it doesn't feel like pressure to say yes. And they really get to think about, do they really want that feedback? And they won't feel like they're just being evaluated, like you're just listening to tell them they're wrong, you know? Or you can say, hey, I might have another perspective to offer. Do you want to hear it, or would you like to continue processing first? That gives that person a chance to say, yeah, I'm kind of still just talking this through right now and just want to be heard and not really looking for feedback or anything or another perspective. Or, you know, just say, oh, okay, yeah, I would like to hear your perspective. I am done processing right now. I don't know, maybe those are some better ways to offer feedback to somebody mid-conversation so you don't make them feel like, I don't know, I think I've always felt kind of like even saying, hey, would you like feedback on this? Just kind of like, ugh, you know? Anyway, we learn, we grow, and we get better. Bye.